Today, the interior transformation continues with smooth moves, an impressive new archway, and a stairway extension that all help us get closer to our habitation license and first home dreams come true.
That's nice.
Welcome back to our channel. If you're new around here, we're Brittany and Drew, two hopeful adventurers who got married and after 8 years of van life, found our dream property and moved across the globe to Portugal, where we're now documenting the journey of transforming this historic watermill into our very first home, not on wheels. Now, let's take in a deep breath and let it out. Let the adventure begin.
What are you saying? You like the plaster? Yeah?
That's where the kitty door is gonna go.
That's right. Yes. It feels natural to you. Are you hiding? Are you hiding? Oh, it's okay.
А новую ставить, потому что сталкивания нет. Ставить новую?
Почекай чуть-чуть. Трішечки зачекай.
Good afternoon, guys, and welcome to a beautiful sunny day here in the south of Portugal. The guys have been working inside of the mill on some things, but there has been more plastering going on inside. I know that they want some feedback on how we want some more complicated window edges and old stone wall corners done with the plaster. So we're gonna go in and see what's been going on. Do you guys remember this doorway? Well, in an effort to preserve the original stones and bricks while also wanting to spruce things up a bit, this is how together with Igor, we made our shabby chic vision a reality. It's nice to bring some treats, though we're a little bit low on supplies. But we always have some cookies to share.
Hello. Why, welcome.
Did you guys see the amazing job they've done framing this door? I love how the bricks are exposed above here. Every wall is different, every window and door frame is different, but we're trying to keep it a little bit uniform, but still leave as much of the original stone and bricks exposed. So,
especially those orange bricks that are made over top of the windows and doors.
it looks beautiful. And there's
And don't mind the sounds. They're
The
making
artists
progress.
are at work. But they've also closed in a lot of the plugs and sockets already.
There's no turning back on where we've placed these switches and where the electrical lines run, so fingers crossed, in the end, it all works out.
Yeah, that all the lights are in the right places. And
As you can see, there's a lot of tubes running throughout the house.
tubes everywhere. Yeah, and you gotta watch out where you walk or else you're gonna face plant. There is another door frame up here though that they needed some input on, so let's go take a look. Look at how smooth. I can't touch it. I think it's still wet.
Take a look from this
So
angle.
nice. So here, this archway is the door frame in question. It's like, how do we want it done? What we know is that there's gonna be steel rebar put in here and rope, so or cement to hold in the stones for security. So good at that.
Let's just say we both agree that we'd love an arch here.
Yeah, so it'll definitely be an archway as you enter. It just feels like regal. It's what this room deserves. A lot of you have also asked, what are we gonna do with the theater room? Well, it's gonna be our theater. We're gonna watch movies, have a giant L-shaped couch, a floor table, you know, like a coffee table, rugs, pillows. It's gonna be a cozy space. We wanna leave it as open as possible so that, you know, we can have communication if I'm in the kitchen and Drew's up here. We're used to living in an 80 square foot camper van, or maybe our camper van here is smaller, but we need to be able to talk. You know, we don't want to build walls very much. If we can avoid walls, that's what we want. We want open flowing air.
And speaking of air, we're getting quite a bit of a breeze coming through here, which feels wonderful.
Really nice, yes. There's wind blowing in my hair. But I think what we've decided to do here is to leave the stones exposed on this side and then have them fill, because they're gonna have to fill this part with the rebar and the cement plaster. Have the plaster then come this way, you know, fanning out so that the light like pours in like our other windows.
Yeah, instead of going flat against this right here, it's gonna have a bit of more of a,
Array.
yeah, array opening up.
You can see here what we mean by how the frame kind of opens outward, letting the light shine in. And then probably just plaster all this. And look, this wall's coming along too. Wow.
And we've really intended to make sure this line of rocks up here stands out. It just looks so nice the way they're stacked them.
And I think we've reconsidered putting the television over that archway. And we're gonna stick with putting the television that looks like a picture frame. Great suggestions, especially from Chris. Another wall that's seen major progress. This wall has all sorts of holes and like grumpy spots. Not anymore. Yeah.
It sure is amazing how we can cover up things like that.
I know, the things that plaster can fix.
Who knew?
And I want to say the reason we've chosen to cover the whole bottom half here is because this is where our kitchen counters will go. So there's no need to expose the stone. It was just really important to like seal up the walls where we will build the countertops, you know, where the oven will be, things like that. Another corner we need to discuss is this one right here, because we love all of the stones being exposed, but everywhere else we have like a little footer.
What would be down here along the floor?
But it makes sense that it would continue at the same level here versus like then dropping down. You know, it's kind of like here, there, it could get a little like funky. So maybe we just leave it all exposed, just here? Or do we put it all the way across?
Except for you, this is your yoga corner.
This is my yoga corner. I love it for yoga because this window is so low that It really just feels like you're outside right here.
Or it's just you're the right height for that size window.
Yeah, it's just right for me. Everyone else is like, you know, their eyesight is at the window frame, and my eyesight's like in the middle of the window.
I mean, can you show them what it's like for me?
Here, Drew can exemplify normal height.
But it is a great view.
It is.
It's the sound of the wild.
The sound of the mill, the magical mill.
This reminds me too much of the retaining wall project outside. All that scrubbing we were doing. But we're really in a dilemma. Do we cover this entirely with Revoke, or do we leave some of this exposed?
Leave a couple exposed.
Yeah. Because I will say, like, all of this has to be ground off either with hand brushing, a grinder, or just literally, like, you can flick it off with your finger. That's how brittle it is.
Yeah, that's why I just think it's better to cover.
Yeah.
And maybe, if it makes sense,
Leave like some exposed corners of like the granite.
Maybe.
But anything that's this should be covered up.
I can't wait to see what this is gonna look like. I do feel bad that they've already done this edge. But
it wouldn't be the first time we changed our minds.
I know. It's all smooth in here. The ceiling, the stairs, this hole is huge. It's a gaping hole.
They're gonna have to run plumbing through there eventually. It's just really great that this bathroom became such a bigger bathroom than it once was gonna be. Now that we changed out the stairs. Like, can you imagine if the stairs came down like this right here and the
It's
wall
all squished in
like
here.
This would be like a half bath.
Yeah, it'd be tiny. It'd be possible, but this is much more luxurious.
We have the space.
Yes.
Why not make it how we want it? It leads to more storage upstairs too.
I love it. It's also interesting to see here is where I think a light will be.
There's also a switch to a fan in this hole, so it just sucks all the humidity and all the stench out.
All your stench.
Your stench.
Speaking of things that stink, the house battery of our camper has died for the second time since parking here on our land. That means the battery that powers our plugs, our lights, our water pump, nothing to wash our dishes with or wash our faces, is dead. But luckily, we have Blue Eddy here to save the day. First, we power up our AC 180 portable generator. Then we toggle and turn on the AC output. And this right here is how we use it to power up our entire camper. Turn our camper on and our water pump on. And just like that, we are back in action. And let's see what our screen tells us here. Looks like we could leave it on for about 5 hours like this. But we only just put it on when we know we need to wash the dishes or something. Whether you live in a camper, an RV, maybe you're going camping off-grid or on a road trip, or maybe you just want a backup emergency system for your home. Either way, Blue Eddy has a safe and reliable solution for everyone. And right here, we have the tiny but mighty AC 180, 1800 watts of continuous AC power. And it features a powerlifting mode, which means that you can run high wattage appliances, even ones that are usually resistant to piercing waves. One of the many ways that this little guy has been saving the day for us is by powering our fan at night. We just stick it right here, turn on the dial, and voila. I think it is barely using any power at all. This little bad boy here is equipped with LiFePO4 batteries, which stands for lithium, iron, and phosphate. And what's amazing about these kinds of batteries is that they have a 10-year lifespan. Plus, LiFePO4 batteries are much safer. They're much more temperature stable, which means that they are less prone to overheating, and they are much kinder to the environment. And has 3 different charging modes: standard, turbo, and silent mode, which you can change using the smart app on your phone. And right now, using our links in the video description below, you will find discount codes and special offers in addition to their Prime Day rewards. Now, back to the show. And this little tube hole, it's a lot of tube holes that I don't know what their purpose is, but there's a purpose.
Rhyme and a reason.
Yeah, like the veins and arteries of our house. Let's see what's happened upstairs. Oh yeah. Nothing new has happened in the turret yet. Things to come though. We got big ideas.
We still got to get this big old bag of material out of this room, which is going to take a lot of buckets, a lot of man hours. But since we last left you guys and you hadn't seen the interior of the house, we've been back and forth, the construction crew and our electricians, trying to make sure they're on the same page that all the canals were cut, because electricians actually don't do any of the cutting, any of the jackhammering, any of the grinding into the walls to be able to put the cables in. They're just the ones who lay everything out. So now that the team's been back and forth for a couple weeks, everything's confirmed. They're filling all the canals, and that's what's taking place today. That way the whole house is plastered before they get to the next project. Well, it will either be the drop-down ceiling that will take place in all the rooms with a bit of insulation, especially in these upper bedroom areas, and then the flooring, which they're gonna have to run all of the plumbing pipes, connect them into a box outside. So these are all things to anticipate, but right now, this is what's taking place to get to that phase. It's really cool to watch happen.
Who knew a plug hole could get me so excited, but it is so smooth. There are some cracks already forming though. Maybe that's normal in this layer of the plaster.
Yeah, there's just a little bit right here.
Yeah, I know it's not the final version of the wall, right?
Correct. We also have to have all these painted. You can see here there's a little crack.
But when Drew was mentioning the drop-down ceilings, I want to share with you guys some of the footage of us trying to decide what kind of a ceiling we wanted.
Last year we were paying like 150 in electricity, and this year I'm paying like 30 euros.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, so it's better for insulation and better to put the lights if we do it this way.
It's better for you for the future, of course.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I will send you a few pictures I can tell in my experience.
These are some of the examples we got sent of what the drop ceilings will look like. They look quite nice. Right here's a good example of how it comes down off the block ceiling with the recessed lighting.
I'm really grateful we're doing this together, because alone it would be a burden, but together it's like an adventure. Can I say that?
I wouldn't have wanted to start a YouTube channel without her. I wouldn't have wanted to travel in a van without her. And I certainly wouldn't have wanted to build a water mill without her. So we're in this together. Life is just better when shared.
It is.
And I can say that for 15 years that we've known each other.
Isn't that crazy? 15 years together, babes.
And one day we'll actually live in a house together. One day.
One day.
It is a warm one out here, guys. I just finished trimming the path from where they're unloading all the materials, mixing the cement out here. It gets them right up to the front door here. It was starting to get a bit overgrown, but what I want to show you is look at the size of these melon leaves. Like, look how big those are. Not to mention all the melons in here. They just go on and on and on. Like melon, melon, melon. I mean, look how big that is. Unfortunately, these are not watermelons the way they look. I'd be eating one, maybe two every day myself. They're actually like a Gila melon, which is like a kind of white melon that's local to Portuguese here and make almost like a sweet treat with. But we have them abundantly around here. It's pretty crazy. So what I just learned is that we're gonna have the box for where the internet's gonna come out, the Starlink satellite, right where Igor is sitting right now. They've ran lines up through the ceiling, out this area, up, and then back out. And that's what he's creating right now. Plus I'll have a security camera going up this direction. When I come inside, this is the line I'm talking about. It's running all the way from inside over here, through the laundry room up top, through the floor here, and down into this main communications box. Just like that. Soon, once they finish all the plastering, they'll be working on the actual plaid door, which is the drop-down ceiling. Not quite sure how they're gonna do it, fixing it onto the cement slab ceiling, but I'm very interested for how that's gonna work. One thing I'm really pleased about with them putting the satellite on the far end of the house is like, this is the picturesque end of the house. Like every time you arrive home, we bring somebody over, this is what you look at. I didn't even have to explain that. They just took that on themselves. So really grateful to have this team of guys, man. They've done a lot.
Se um vídeo 10 euros.
With all the electricity and plumbing lines in place, here Alex is extending our stairs so that they're nicely tucked in and we have a wide enough way to get up and down from the theater to the main room. Remember when this room looked like this? We've now completely removed one staircase, put in a bathroom, and added another staircase where there was none. Talk about a transformation. So it's been a few days since I've been inside of the mill, but Drew said the guys did an incredible job on the arch. So I have yet to see it. I've been waiting to share my reaction with you guys, and the moment is now.
Look at that!
Oh my goodness! It's so beautiful.
Cool?
I did not expect that. Wow. It's like a little rainbow arch halo.
Exactly. It just feels like a perfect portal.
Oh my goodness. Look at this side.
Mm.
You know what's even better? Is that it's not perfect. It's like one side maybe isn't the same exact angle as the other. This goes in a little differently than that, but that's what the watermill is all about. It's perfectly imperfect, and that is exactly what we wanted. We just wanted to like have character and be a natural flow of curves, corners, rocks, you know?
It just really pulls out the natural elements of the structure.
And then all of the plaster will get either painted or maybe covered in a layer of adobe. We haven't decided yet. The adobe will be next level of like talent that we don't yet have.
Are you doing that?
That's why I'm like maybe painting.
I think I'm just painting.
Painting?
Maybe some other areas we can do like some specific cool adobe structures, but I mean, I watched all the hours in elbow scrubs. I mean, I was counting up to the millions.
Yeah. Millions of hours,
Millions.
guys. Millions of hours.
Millions of elbow scrubs.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Wow. Maybe we can stick a gemstone in this hole in the wall.
Yeah, there's a big kind of crevice, craggy
Yeah.
cave, whatever you want to call it.
This is a rock too. It's like a thin black. It's probably a slate rock stuck in the midst of all the granite. Yeah, and like random tiles in here. I never really noticed. Roof tiles.
Wouldn't it be so interesting to really have been like a fly on the wall back when they originally created this structure, like 200 years ago maybe?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Thousands of years ago.